What's happening, everybody? It's Olu, and I have the honor of speaking with two very esteemed guests here today. I'm talking with Ryan Eckel, CMO of Diadora USA, and I'm also here with Ben Cooke, president of Marathon Sports. Now, if you've been looking at our Instagram feeds, you've probably been seeing something pretty interesting, especially if you're in the high school ranks and if you're a distance runner. Here today, we're going to have the two masterminds behind this, walk us through the details of what we have here. So in case you want to be caught up to speed, there is a bounty, or we'll see what the terminology is for it in a second, but the opportunity to win $40,000 and an NIL deal with Diadora if you break 4 minutes as a boy in the mile rather, or in this indoor season, and 4:40 as a girl. But again, that's not my stuff to tell. So I'm gonna let Ryan Eckel with Diadora USA to take it away from here. So Ryan.
Sure. Yeah. Just to correct, it's 4:35 for the girl, but 4:35.
Okay.
I mean, this started when we launched our new spike, the Mesofundo, and we really believe it's the fastest spike in the world. And we're talking to Ben, and Ben said, "Well, if that's the case, let's do something big to call attention to it and celebrate it." And both Diadora and Marathon Sports, I think, are very focused right now on the high school scene. I think it's super exciting. I think there's so much energy there, and Ben brought this idea to us about doing something really big, and it took me about 5 seconds to say yes. Let's try to figure it out.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, I think it goes without saying that this has caused like an uproar on social media. So Ben, I mean, clearly you had the idea. Walk us through the thinking and the gears that were turning in your head that even came up with the number and also the performance rankings. Walk us all through it.
Yeah, ultimately, Diadora has this great legacy and tradition, but probably at that price point, a lot of folks aren't used to paying or thinking about Diadora. So we knew we needed to make a splash and be disruptive. And when Diadora had a shoe that could compete with the very best technology and innovation, it felt like we needed, this was the moment. If we just put it in our store on the wall, it might be more challenging. Now we have a story to talk about. So I think from a time perspective, 4 minutes in the mile, there's been a number of kids who have done it. It's still like a cherished position. It's still something that really matters to the running industry. I think on the women's time, it was a little bit more up for debate. I think a young lady ran 4:23 last year. So there's definitely people who have run faster than that, but we felt like it was reachable, but still something that mattered if it was achieved. And so, yeah, that's the backstory. We wanted to do something special to bring the shoe to life. And I think even more broadly, like Marathon Sports, we're very, very, very invested in high school track and field. Like we own meets in every season. We're at camps. We have a team business. We have other NIL athletes already. And we actually own several websites that cover track and field and do meet previews and interview middle schoolers and do a lot of the publicity for kids who normally don't get a lot of, they're not the winners of the whole meet. So it's like, this is like a further extension of kind of where we've been pushing for the last 2 or 3 years, is to kind of support the sport.
Yeah, and that's actually, you kind of answered my next question already, which I'm really glad you did. It seems like both Marathon and Diadora, you guys have already had a track record of supporting these sport from the grassroots level, which we know track and field, all of us track people are so passionate from the grassroots level. So it's cool to see that you're putting money where the mouth is in terms of like supporting at the lowest levels and then all the way up. So, but my next question is actually more for logistics. How do we join? I look like I'm in high school. I could just hop back in and get this little bag. But for the people who are actually in high school and actually interested, because we've had a lot of DMs coming through the FloTrack Instagram channel, what are the logistics? What is the eligibility? How does someone who is very interested join and take part? What will make them eligible to win this $40,000 NIL deal?
You want to take that, Ryan?
Sure. I mean, it's pretty simple, really. It's grab a pair of Mesofundos, run fast on the track, break 4 minutes or 4:35, and if you're the first one to do it, we'll find you. I think it's or find us. It's not hard. You hit us up in our DMs or Marathon Sports, and we'll get connected. So I think that's it. We thought it's when somebody runs that fast, it won't be missed. So we'll certainly be reaching out.
Okay. And
there's also links on the Marathon Sports page where you can, if you achieve it, there's like a little form to fill out. There's all the rules. You do need to be a U.S. high school student. There's definitely some fine print, but it's not designed to. There's no tricks here. It's just more that this was designed for the U.S. high school market and kids that are already involved versus people all of a sudden enrolling in U.S. high schools to get this. So there's a web page that we have on marathonsports.com that kind of lists all of the nuances of the program, but it's pretty. We did not make it overly tight. We want someone to achieve this.
Okay, so it's attainable. That's what I like to hear. So everybody who's in our DMs on Instagram, you heard it here first from the sources. This is how you do it. Go to Marathon Sports website. You'll find out all the information and the fine print, because fine print is very important. Don't go running 3:58 in some other brand and expect to get $40,000 from Diadora, okay? There's rules here. I think the last question I want to ask is, is there anything else you want to tell us about this program? Is there anything we should refer to it as? Is this a bounty? Is it a prize? What is a little tagline we can give for people who in the comment section to be looking forward to? This could be for either one.
I think it's worth noting. It's not a bounty. Okay. Ultimately, it's an eligibility requirement, and then you have the option to sign an NIL deal. And so I think that's really important distinction, because there's rules around NILs and we want to adhere to them. And so it's really just more of an eligibility requirement. And then the athlete, if they achieve it, then has the option to sign an NIL deal, name, image, and likeness with us. So I think that's something that's worth calling out.
Okay, that's good. That's great clarification. Now we can add into the page so people know this. Ryan, are there any last thoughts you want to add here?
No, I think Ben did a great job. We're excited. We're excited to see what happens. We're excited to see some kids ripping some fast times this winter. And thanks for having us.
Oh, of course. So y'all heard it here first. Lace up your Mezzofondos. Go get after it. 4:35 for the girls. 4 minutes from the boys. Break that, and you have the opportunity to get an NIL deal. But read the fine print first. Don't come after us if you don't. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.